Just want to start again by saying a huge thank you to Princeton University and Princeton Athletics for putting on this event. It's filled with a lot of pride to be able to host this. I played in the EIVA when I was a student athlete. I've been coaching here for 16 years now, and to host this event at this caliber, just a lot of thanks from President Meisner to John Mack to all the associate athletic directors who helped put this event on in such pristine fashion. It means a lot to me. A lot of compliments from all 6 teams that were here, or 5 teams that came travel here, so that means a lot to us. And then hats off to Penn State. Mark Powlick is an incredible mentor of mine and a tremendous coach. They played tremendously tonight. So, we did not get cooking the way we do, but a lot of that was testament to them. They played great defense. Loma played great. 18 kills, 256. They had a really strong blocking defense set up. And it was a bummer, that second set, I think, had that gone a different way, maybe it's a different match. But I think at this moment, at least for me, my head's spinning a little bit, trying to remind myself that I'm so very grateful to be part of this university and this program, and this is a very special event. So I know we're disappointed. The guys poured their hearts into it, but at this moment, really just going to give thanks to Princeton and credit to Penn State.
Obviously, Omeni, you need Omeni to be producing. It seemed like Penn State really kind of had him figured out, had him lined up, had a good block on him. What were you guys doing to shake him free?
Yeah, I don't want to make any excuses about anything. It seemed for some reason it was like hotter on our side of the gym than theirs. I don't know, it just felt like the ball, like we had a harder time putting the ball exactly where we wanted, or cleaner, and they seemed, I don't know, they train in air-conditioned gyms, so I don't know what that was, but it just seemed like our rhythm was slightly off. They're well positioned, but when he gets a full head of steam, I don't know anyone in the country that can really stop him. We just weren't quite in rhythm, and they made some tremendous touches. So, and they did a nice job. They picked certain parts of our reception down a little bit and put it on the run a little bit, and we just weren't able to capitalize. So I don't have an answer. I'm sure I know that, but I'll be watching film, trying to figure it out. We had a bunch of alums here, and they sort of reminded me that like some days sometimes it doesn't bounce your way, and I think that might be credit to a great team that played great. And we talk about every team's high and low, and it's like, well, on a certain day, it kind of matters what you do. So I don't know that I have a better answer than that.
For Henry, for you on the court, what were you trying to do to get things, get the fortunes changed for you guys?
Yeah, we have a lot of freshmen on the floor, and hats off to them. I thought they played well all season, this game included, but it's tough. Like, nerves are high, tensions are high, and Penn State just felt like they settled in a little quicker than we did. They have a few more experienced guys on the court, guys have played in playoff matches before, but seemed like the nerves kind of built up in some of our players, and they ran away with it. They went up by 4 or 5 points, and it felt really difficult to score. They played great defense, and so on our half, just trying to fire the guys up, tell them to keep swinging. They can't possibly keep digging this many balls, but they did keep digging that many balls. So next year those younger guys are just going to come back stronger with this under their belt, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
It seemed like Penn State put together a lot more lengthy scoring runs than you guys did, or at least have enough answers for you guys. What was making it so difficult?
Yeah, I mean, they had some good servers behind the line, putting us in tough spots. I obviously don't have the passing numbers in front of me, but it felt like I was on the run a lot. Maybe it's just because the gym was hot, but yeah, they were putting us in tough spots and putting up a good block, and it's just good serving, good placement by them.
Obviously, it's not the ending you wanted, but reflecting on the season, what do you take away or think about as far as the accomplishments?
Yeah, I mean, we have this saying in our gym, and maybe you can correct me if I'm misquoting it, but at the end of the day, you either have the things that you want or the reasons why you don't. And it seems like we found a bit of a gray area because I feel like this team has given everything and trained hard every day and pushed. Just fell a little bit short.
What about for you, Sam? What are your reflections of the season?
Yeah, it's hard because this is all sort of processing in real time. I think we tried to stay so process-oriented, next step focused, and not really talk about any of the awards or anything because we had a next thing to do. As this starts to sink in, I think it will be nice in the next couple of days to reflect on how special it is to win the conference regular season. I think the reason we never really wanted to talk about that is because we kept saying job's not finished. That's the thing. You want to host so that you can try to win, and that helps you get home. But it's a very special thing. I was reading your release today. Penn State's won 640 times to our 3 or whatever it was. And it's pretty cool. You're talking about a school that doesn't give scholarships. That these guys are mechanical and aerospace engineers, and not that Penn State doesn't study hard and all that kind of stuff. But what these guys do to be able to host this tournament with so many talented teams in the league, it just fills me with a lot of pride. And so, came up short. That's part of sports. Doesn't always go your way, but I have a lot of pride and a lot of success for what these seniors did. The arc of these guys from their freshman year to now, the arc from them from the beginning of the year, and some of the trials and tribulations that we went through, makes me really proud. So hard in this moment. I'm very proud of these guys.
That is your goal, though. 30-something titles eventually, right?
Yeah, I'm a real Ted Lasso fanatic. I would love. Titles are great and that kind of thing, but seeing these guys, I know it's cliche and a little bit cheesy, but seeing them mature as men, it just makes me really proud. And seeing a lot of alums come back and hear it and be proud of the culture and proud of what these guys are doing, it's great. And so, would have loved to, be heading on to the next round, but it's not to be. And Henry, if you think about his freshman year in 22, we were not even ranked. Penn State was 2 in the country. We snuck in and beat them in the semis, and got to have that experience. And so that is pretty cool. But we didn't win the regular season. We didn't win the whole. So you find the good in every situation, and you're proud of it.
Yeah, didn't think about that, but you guys, in some ways, know how that felt for them.
Sure.
Actually, I think that's probably all I got.